welcome to this episode of That's Interesting. My name is Melissa Alegria, or Melizona. I'm an actor, writer, and I would say content creator, and I'm here with Miriam.
My my name is Miriam. You can call me Staryoo. I'm an anime artist slash content creator. And I live in New York. And yeah, take it away.
And then today, we love these intros. Cool. So today, our guest is Z Shu. Yes, I can pronounce it Z with my half year of Chinese class. And she
Yes.
is an illustrator and concept artist. And I actually met her during an acting intensive, I want to say maybe over 2 years ago now. And this is our catch up.
Yeah, I think it
Mm.
was like it was what 2017 or so
I
it's
think it
like
was,
three
yeah.
almost 4 years.
Oh my God. That's how
I
long
know
it's
Wow.
the
been.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. But like I've we followed each other and then like every once in a while, like we touch base with people. And I've seen how like Z's like artwork has like grown and grown. It's been really cool to watch what you do and all the things you've gotten to do.
Oh my gosh,
Hmm.
well thank you. Yeah, I'm like super excited to chat with you guys. I love I mean, I was just like telling Miriam about this yesterday, but I love the icons you drew for us. It's really,
Oh,
really
They're
beautiful.
really
Yeah.
cute.
thanks.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I told Miriam like I didn't know a dream of mine was to have an anime character drawn of me, but it's become
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh,
It's great,
yeah.
Miriam.
Thanks. Yeah. I appreciate that because you're a really great artist yourself. So it's like, oh man, I feel like I can, it's like I feel honored to get this compliment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Mhm.
favorite thing is when like two different creatives, especially when they work in the same medium, like are just like vibing, and it's just so great. I love the collaboration. So like I kind of wanted to bring up how like last time Miriam and I spoke about like self-care and what's happening with the pandemic and all of that, and one of the things we
Mhm.
discussed was how what can really help is learning new skills. And so I kind
Yeah.
of wanted to ask you, like, what made you want to? Because for anyone who isn't aware, like Z started like self-practicing with like 3D design, and I'm a digital media major, so I've done that stuff, and it's super hard. It's not easy, but it is
Yeah.
super cool. So I was wondering, like, what made you want to like do that, and also how did you do like she I wish I could show the picture. It's like a lifelike donut with like
Yeah.
coffee. And like
Okay,
how
the
did you do that?
donut isn't like it's really not too it's really not impressive because there was this okay, so I've been meaning to learn like 3D, right? And so I finally decided to do it just because I needed something to like switch up
Mhm.
Mhm.
with like my artistic practice. And so the donut, it's really I swear anyone can do it. It's this tutorial I found on YouTube. It's like the first tutorial when you type in like 3D tutorial. It's this guy who like he made like a 24-step video. It's like 24 videos showing you how to model a donut on on Blender, which is free.
Mhm.
And so I picked it up and yeah, like I don't really like I don't even really like donuts that much, but like I needed something like easy to kind of model first because I didn't want
Mm.
to automatically jump into modeling characters or like environments yet.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's the donut thing. But I literally I copied every single thing he said in the tutorial, and I swear I think anyone can do it.
I
But the
think
final looks
yeah.
impressive. But that's because I copied every single step.
I mean,
So
Mm.
that's how you do stuff, but also like I feel like the fact that you did it in such a you did that by like I remember your post at day 6, and I get that you followed each step, but there there are people who don't have like a background in like learning that type of stuff will have issues where like they wouldn't learn it that quickly. That's why I
Yeah.
personally think it is impressive, especially if you haven't been like, you know, studying it or had a teacher to be like, "Oh, this is what you did wrong," or like this is what blah blah blah, you know? So I
yeah.
still think it's
Mhm.
impressive, personally.
Well, thank you. I mean, I think it is easier for me to like it was kind of hard for me at first, but I think it is easier for me to like get the hang of it just because I think Blender is very similar to Photoshop when you kind of like boil
Hmm.
it down to the basics.
Mhm.
Like I didn't really realize before I started 3D, I didn't realize that you know, there's layers in Blender, and it's kind of similar to how Photoshop has layers, and but it's just like you just got to switch your brain from 2D to 3D. But yeah, I
Cool.
think like as soon as you learn the shortcuts, moving things on different axes and all of that, um, yeah, I'm like now I can like open it up, and I know how to navigate my way around Blender. So that's kind of like the thing that I wanted to learn first when I when I started the donut thing. But yeah, I think like the next thing I want to try a character next.
Hmm.
And then I probably want to do environments later on.
Cool.
Um, but yeah, I really want to start like sculpting characters because that seems really fun.
Oh, that's so cool. It made me
Nice.
so like back in college when I like used to do more 3D stuff. You by the way, you made me kind of want to try again. So we'll see if I do.
You should.
Uh
Yeah, it's really fun.
right? I like want to what I want to do is and this is the super hard part, of course, is make them actually move and do stuff. Like I remember I have to look back. It's definitely an Adobe program, but like you can actually I think borrowed the actual 3D mesh of like a human or a creature or whatever and like get them
Mhm.
to move, but you have to like click every single part of the joint and then
Yeah,
like
Hmm.
oh it's like really cool, but I remember I was
yeah,
like I can't believe this. And like when you learn more about that stuff, we think about like the 3D animation movies we see from Pixar or things like that. Like they have things called rendering farms, so they're just like rows and rows of
yeah,
computer that are
Oh
rendering
yeah.
all of that. And like that
yeah.
takes
Hmm.
years and people don't like the
Yep.
common folk like not common, you know what I'm trying to say? Like they don't realize how much
They don't
work
get it,
and
man.
time it takes to
Yeah,
make that.
I actually
Hmm.
I mean, I recently heard of the whole render farm thing because I didn't like I knew it was a physical place, but it's like a room that they have, and
Yeah.
it's literally called the render farm, and then they just have machines and machines of like to just render the animations and all of
Hmm.
I would
that.
love to like see that just out of curiosity because I remember during school we would just be like, okay, you can leave your computers on and come back like at 4 p.m. like after your
Yeah,
other classes. So crazy. Ah,
yeah,
Hmm.
the life. That's so cool. If I was
Yeah.
like better at it, I would definitely, yeah. But also I kind of wanted to ask you about like going back to like your main like career as an illustrator, like how did and I feel like that's a hard question to like ask, but like when did your when did you kind of realize this is what you wanted to do or like get an inkling of it? I know that's different for everyone.
yeah. I mean, for me personally, I've always drawn, so I've always just like wanted to do it. I didn't have like sometimes I feel jealous of people who like they had this like previous career as
Hmm.
like a woodcutter or something. Like they had a previous career where they were like really good at something, and then they just decided to do art. But
Hmm.
no, I'm like I've just always drawn, and I really can't think of anything else I could do. I just think it's like the best thing that I can do. It's like it as like a career and a skill makes use of most of my abilities, and
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to say I can't do anything else, but like I don't really want to do anything else. But I do
Hmm.
know that it was when I think I was like 12, was when I kind of seriously was just like, I want to do this for real. And so I like sat
Hmm.
down and like started practicing and drawing all the time. And I wish I hadn't like, I wish I still had that like burning passion to like improve my stuff. Uh, like I have a little bit of it, but it's not as intense as it was back
Aw.
then. So
Okay,
uh,
I feel like I don't know, maybe it's 'cause like this is how I keep up with people now like on social media and stuff, but I always feel like you are 'cause I think you're like from what I see, and that's the thing about social media, we only see what people want us to see, but like
True.
I feel like I always see you like trying something new, but beyond like 3D stuff, like I know you've written about how like as artists, and Miriam and I talked about it too, how about
Mhm.
as artists, like it can be very hard to like put your name out there, especially when like certain platforms make it harder to market ourselves
Yeah.
and things like that. So yeah, I always I kind of wanted to reach out to you about that too because I agree we had that talk where like as artists we have to be our like whole team like 'cause
Mhm.
as a
Yeah.
business and yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's a really difficult thing. It's like, because a part of it, I think, depends on where you want to go as an artist. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like everybody has, different end goals.
Mhm.
And yeah, like some people, they want to do work for like a big studio, or, other people, they just want to do work for like freelance, or,
Mhm.
I think it like depends for everybody. But yeah, the social media aspect is like really, really hard. And that's why I wanted to like start up a Twitch, because like I feel that with the Twitch, it's just I wanted something way different than something that was like Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram,
Mhm.
to kind of like show my stuff. So I think, doing art streams on Twitch, like people have suggested I start making like YouTube videos or like TikTok
Oh.
videos and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm moving into the video realm.
Nice.
That, yeah, and like I don't know if this is gonna be like a permanent thing, but yeah, I think it's a good thing to kind of expand my horizons with.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
And I think like literally this is all the stuff we've talked about before with Miriam, but like um it really is true. Like the more you put your stuff out on different platforms, it's like just more opportunity for exposure to a different audience and for people to
Mhm.
get to see you. And
yeah,
like that makes sense because that like people have told you about like YouTube or like TikTok because especially TikTok because love it or hate it, like their algorithm is really really good. Like it's
yeah,
a little
Oh
scary
yeah.
actually.
A
Yeah.
lot better than Instagram and like Facebook. Oh my gosh. Like like it's like now it's a lot harder for Instagram and like I don't know, I'm not sure about Twitter, but like you can hardly see any posts like because it's just flooded with whatever's popular. But with TikTok, like it could just be anything. Like it doesn't have to be
yeah.
a popular TikToker. Like you could just see everything. Like it's just unfiltered in that good way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Hmm.
that like I have, oh my gosh, I have so many problems with Twitter, but at the same time I'm just like stuck. I've just been stuck on that site. But like
Hmm.
I've heard that the algorithms on like TikTok and Twitch, they're much better, and they're like
Mm.
much more friendly towards content creators or artists. So
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Oh, wait, actually, okay.
Mhm.
So this is, first of all, this is to anyone who's viewing this. This is my first time streaming, so I know that like the chat box, I see like a question, so I'm
Oh
just gonna
yeah.
like
Yeah,
read the
go
Yes.
ahead.
question and answer
Go
it.
for
If
it. Yeah.
anyone's gonna like interrupt you guys while you're speaking,
No.
No, if anyone has
but
questions, like feel free, write it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what we're
okay.
here for, you know?
Oh my god! Well,
Mm-hmm.
thank you to like everyone who's tuned into the chat. It's I see a lot of like familiar faces from Twitter, so that's really fun. Monday Cirrus asks, the mecha design you did was really cool. Which seemed new, but IDK if you do that stuff for fun. Yeah, I that one mecha design I did, that one was not for fun. But that one was for it was like a freelance job for Adobe, because they contacted me around like the summer of last year, and they wanted me to test out their it's called Adobe Fresco. It's like a painting program on the iPad, and so I they were basically like, you can do whatever you want, and you can just like draw whatever illustration you want, but it just has to be done on this program. So yeah, so that's what I drew. But I guess you can say that was for fun, because that was like something I wanted to draw.
Mm.
But yeah, like I really do hope I can do more of those though. But I'm also
Cool.
drawing robots is really hard. So I'm a part of me is just very lazy.
Yeah, robots are very technical. You have to be super technical with the drawings of that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's also why I wanted to um, learn 3D because I know a lot of 3D artists, they do like they model stuff like mechanical stuff and robotic
Mm,
stuff in 3D first and
Hmm.
also like
yeah.
complex environments and then they paint over it.
Oh
So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and so I kind of just like wanted to, make my life a bit easier with that. So
Cool.
That makes sense. Hmm.
That's a good idea for like even artists who wants to like like maybe use the because I know even for me as an artist like I download like 3D model programs like already drawn not drawn but like modeled hands that are 3D or like body figures to get like the anatomy proportions or references from that.
mhm.
So yeah, that's actually a really good idea. But like, I guess if you want to create your own original characters or original designs, to make your own like design in 3D and then to use that for later on for like your 2D traditional or drawing projects. Like that's a really quick, good way to I guess for artists to use,
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. That
Oh
will be
man, I'm so jealous of hearing you guys talk about that. I'm okay, so I'm not a drawer. So like whenever you guys are just like, yeah, like that's great how I do the hands and stuff and I'm like, okay, I can barely draw an eye. But okay, that's really cool.
Oh,
see.
hey, you act though, so I can't even do that. I have like
I
All have
uh
different skills. We all have different skills.
mhm.
I totally think, Melissa, I totally think you should do like painting or try drawing because I
I
know
I've done painting. Yeah.
okay,
Why?
like do you enjoy it or because I ask because I think that I think that people who do like more than one type of art they're very they're very very powerful. But it's also like I feel like it's just like also really helpful
Hmm.
in just like getting outside of your field of like discipline and just like trying new things. But
I
I believe in you. I totally think you can do it.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's more like painting I can do because like I like the stuff I've painted before. So I got inspired by another artist named her name is like Firebomb on Instagram,
Mhm.
and like she's done like an art class before like on IG Live and all of that, and I felt like it was easier just because like she's like basically like the way you shape things is you think of simple shapes like squares and then it's like fading
Yeah.
in. And like kind of like what you do with the 3D stuff, like as long as I follow step by step, it all works out.
Yeah.
Hmm. So like
Yeah.
I do agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I do think it all does boil down to shapes. Like
Mm,
everything has a shape, even if it's like complex.
mm.
But yeah.
But can I ask you guys a question? I was like curious
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
yeah, because you guys met each other through acting class, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to know, like, I don't know what made you, because you're more of like like an artist, like like with drawing and stuff and illustration, but like, what made you want to go into acting or like get interested into
Oh, yeah.
acting
I mean,
class?
I've always wanted to do it. I can't do it right now just because I like there's no like theaters or like community theaters near where I live. Except if I go into the city. But like, yeah, I okay. So this is a funny story. So me and Melissa met at this like one acting class we took. It was like the summer of 2017. And the story behind it is super interesting. Because during that summer, I had always wanted to take an acting class and I've always wanted to try it. But
Mm,
during that summer, I sent off like a billion applications to like all of these studios around like the US and like New York to intern and like work at for the summer. And I
oh
remember I
wow.
was like rejected for every single one except for one of them. And so
Oh.
I got this internship and it was at the studio right in the center of New York City. And so I was like, okay, cool. Well, I guess I'm going to work there for the summer. And I was looking at the location on Google Maps and I noticed like okay, it was like the studio was here, but I noticed the building right next to the studio, like it's the neighboring building, was
Mhm.
like it was the building of it was like Stella Adler acting. whatever it was called. Yeah, it
Yep,
was
you got
like,
it. You got it.
but I was like, oh my God, there's like an acting class, whatever you call it. There's like a theater thing going on in like the building next door. So I was just like, I think this is fate. I have to go and try it. And so that was how I ended up doing both things. It was kind of just like things ended up working out. Um, and yeah, but I originally I wanted to do more acting, just because it's always interested me. I've always been very into film and that kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
But and I've always wanted to do things that are more like that aren't behind the scenes. It's more I wanted to do things like more in front of the camera, if I'm saying that right. And so that's
Yeah.
why I was really interested in acting. And I'd like to do it again.
Mhm.
I just need to find like a place where I can do it.
Mhm.
So yeah, but I remember that summer was like it was so tiring because I was working at that one studio, and
Yeah.
then it would be like right after I'd have to like go to like rehearsals or like practice with people. And it was just I was in the city like every single day of the week, and it was just really exhausting. But
Oh, for
it's
sure.
I think that's also why I haven't done more of that, which is just that like just doing these two things at once takes so much mental energy out of me. And I was just like,
Mhm.
I just have to focus on one thing.
Mm.
Um, so yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, it's like I give you so much props for that because, like, being an artist, like, because normally we're totally opposite of that. Like, a lot of us are introverted, we're afraid of
Yeah.
like public speaking, and or even with acting, you gotta like unleash your like physical self in that way.
I mean,
That's what,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, so am I. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we recently,
Really?
yeah, yeah, like, well, Miriam, you know me, like, but we recently
Well,
took like a
you
Meyer.
seem pretty outgoing. Okay, I'm just
Okay,
gonna
I
let you
don't know.
know.
That's very confusing. And Miriam made me take a
Yeah.
Myers-Briggs test, which I don't know if anyone
Uh,
doesn't know what that is. Like,
yeah,
it's
I'm an INFP, I think. I need to retake it
Oh,
again. I need to retake it again.
INFPs.
so many of our
Cool.
friends are INFPs, and I'm an ENFP, and like
Yeah.
like
Okay, yeah.
extroverted. But I'm extroverted by like you know how it like gives you a percentage of introverted and extrovertedness. I'm extroverted by like 54%. So I'm like
Mhm.
right
Okay,
on that
yeah.
like middle. So I
You could
got
be
that
like an
4%.
ambivert.
What happened?
You could be an ambivert. That's like when
Mhm.
you're both.
That's what I feel like I am because sometimes I'm like I need socialization, and other times
Mhm.
like if I'm at a party and there's just too much going on, I'll need to like hide and I'll like go to the bathroom
Mhm.
just like breathe
Yeah.
and
Oh
then
gosh,
I'll
Kyle said
recharge.
INFP. INFPs, but I'm an ISFP, but INFPs are pretty cool too. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
so many people are INFPs. I
Mm.
totally get that though. Like I I mean, I am first of all, I'm a huge introvert. Like whenever I tell people, but like whenever I tell people that I used to be like super shy, people don't believe me. They're just like, "No, you don't seem shy," or like, "You seem pretty
Mm.
okay." Like but I used to be like so shy, and I used to refuse to talk to people. I like it's kind of a miracle. I'm
Mm.
here doing talking talking to
Yeah.
people. But yeah, I like for
Yeah.
me I kind of just grew out of that, but I'm still
Mm-hmm.
very much introverted. um which is I like to stay indoors and I like to be by myself, and I really like, whatever I do, I really like to do it alone. um,
Mm.
and it's why I haven't played that many competitive video games either, because of that, because I'm just like I don't want to compete with other people in the world of gaming. I I just want to be alone and like escape
Mm-hmm.
reality
I
into a
feel
fictional world.
Mm-hmm.
um
yeah.
Mm.
yeah.
I feel that. And like I was just gonna quickly bring up like I the reason I kind of like acting is because I feel like it's an escape from
Mm.
just like
Yeah.
yeah, just
Mhm.
escape from like I don't know, my being and like I can be someone else. It really is
Mm-hmm.
that. And then like it's also funny that you say people kind of can't didn't expect that you were so shy when you were younger because like at Stella Adler from that intensive we both took, we had to do some things that are um that like pushed us. Like do you remember
Oh,
the animal thing?
yeah. Yeah, I do.
So the animal
Mm-hmm.
thing is basically you literally choose an animal that you want to act out and in front of
Yeah.
everyone. So like you're in this room, right? And like everyone's sitting down and then like I think Z she did great job. Z
So
killed
much.
it. She
Uh-huh.
you were a chicken or like a
Chicken.
chick?
A bird of some sort.
You
No, no,
were
no.
a
Well,
bird
we,
and
I remember we did. Okay,
Oh,
the one
interesting.
thing I've forgotten so much about the classes over there, but I think
Uh-huh.
like I remember the one thing was that I always what had to go first. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
always just like I'm gonna go first because I just want to get it over with.
mhm.
Mm.
But I think I know for one time I chose a pigeon.
Oh, it's a
Um,
Yes,
pigeon.
it was the pigeon.
I
Wait, can
was
you guys
okay.
act it
So I
out? Can you
no
guys
that
act it
this
out?
is a funny
We can
story because
try.
I chose a pigeon and
Uh-huh.
so I was like acting out the way a pigeon acts. And I remember it was like suddenly I hear these gasps around the room. And then I was just like, what's going on? It's like my pigeon acting skills really good. And then I looked out the window and like it was like a pigeon flew on the
I
windowsill.
forgot
And
about that.
when I was like cooing like a pigeon, it was cooing with me.
Oh
And
my gosh.
That's how
You're the
good she
pigeon
was.
whisperer. Oh my
That is
yeah,
goodness.
how
and then
good Z
someone
is.
was just like,
To
oh my God,
animals.
she's the pigeon
Wow.
whisperer.
Yes.
Yeah. But that
So
was
cool.
kind of like
Wow.
that was my highlight. So uh yeah, I was like, I can't I can't do anything. I can't act after this. Like that's it. So yeah.
Oh my god, that was amazing. Yeah, so like we had to do that. So imagine you're doing that in like front of the room, and like Dee did a great. She did like the thing
Cool.
that pigeons do, where they're like, I can't even do it. Their like neck
Oh,
goes like
I
that.
completely
I don't
forgot
know.
about that.
That's why I was like, whoa, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really cool.
and like that's like especially for the introverted life, that's like different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and then
It took me I think it took me a long time to get out of that like shyness shell. Um, but yeah, like now I'm fine. I enjoy talking to people, but I'm still like I know my limits. And so that's
Mm-hmm.
why I was kind of like I can't do more acting right now because I like basically what was happening was that I was getting even during the time we were taking that class, I remember we were like, I was actually getting so many headaches afterwards because I was stressed from work and then I was stressed from doing like things in class. And it was just like really overwhelming for me. And so,
Mm.
after that, I was kind of like, okay, I need to choose one thing. Like I'll do the acting thing one day, but like what I'll find something that's relatively relaxed and it's like not as intensive for me.
mhm,
So yeah.
gotcha.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the way everything's going right now, I feel like a lot of things are online. Um, and then like the only thing that really is in person right now is TV stuff. So like, mm, you never know if you want to like
Yeah.
get into other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Z has talent for sure. So I mean, we already knew that, but she also has
No,
acting talent.
I'm glad. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, Z and I actually got to work on a scene together. Do you remember our scene, Z?
Yeah, we did a scene together and it was kind of like I
It was
forgot.
it was these two middle-aged women, and like I think your character was kind of like the one who like wanted
Oh,
to
I
like
was
take
drunk.
charge. You were
You were
drunk?
drunk.
Yes, I
I was
remember
drunk
you
in
were.
that scene.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah. But like
Yeah.
the thing is I don't get drunk too often, so I don't really know how to act drunk, so I was trying to act drunk, which I heard is not like a good thing to do, which is like because like I heard that the right way to act drunk is to pretend you're not drunk
Mhm.
when but
Mm.
I don't know. But yeah, that's what I remember from it.
Yeah, and like I remember what I remember was our two characters were basically like the relationship between them is they're both friends, I believe, but it's like it was kind of like a toxic friendship because your
Yeah.
character wanted to take
Oh,
more charge
yeah.
and kind of bullied
I was
mine.
apologizing to you.
Yeah, and then like I remember it ends by like me kind of like standing up for myself, and then like I walked out the door,
Mm.
and we did a good job. I remember like we like got like little plus. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, it was super fun. It was great working with Yuzi, as per
Oh my
usual.
gosh. Yeah, and now we're like all reunited because I haven't seen you, and well, I haven't because I haven't seen you in like a couple of years.
Hmm.
And this is the first time. Well, this is the second time I'm meeting Miriam online.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that's really cool, and it's really cool
Yeah.
to see. Like Melissa, it's really cool to see that you are still doing acting
Oh,
because
thank you.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
Uh-huh.
amazing.
yeah. The actor track is also different, and I feel like
Mm.
just like artists in general have like a different track in life. Like it's all like ups and downs. I don't know how to explain it. Like we just have to do a lot and keep going and
Mm-hmm.
just like be consistent with what we want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Monday, Cirrus asks, is there any type of acting you want to do in the future? It doesn't have to be
Hmm.
stage. Second question, would you audition for a Yakuza series dub NPC? Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, yeah. I mean, so like in the future, so me and a group of friends right now, we're discussing moving to LA someday, just
Mm.
so that we're all nearer to the entertainment industry because we all like already work as artists in
Mhm.
there. So we want
Yeah.
to move there for industry purposes. I know LA. I mean, that's where Hollywood is, so I know that's big for film and TV. I heard that New York is the place for theater and stage, whereas LA is for stuff that's more on screen. For
Mm.
me, I don't really have a preference, like because it's not really acting. I feel like it's just more of a hobby, so it's not really like my main thing.
Mhm.
I would feel very stressed if if I was ever like in a movie or something. But
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to do, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to try a bunch of things. I'd like to try as long as someone gives me the opportunity, I'd be down for it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the second question, yes, I would totally audition. I totally would play like an NPC in a Yakuza series.
That's
Okay, I
so
haven't
funny.
told Melissa and Miriam this, but if we're, I know like yesterday we were talking about games
Yeah.
today. Yeah, so I've been playing the Yakuza games. They're really
Nice.
really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't like I've played every single game from Yakuza 0 to Yakuza 7. And so that's all I talk about on Twitter.
Oh, nice.
So that's the explanation.
Okay, okay.
But yeah.
I mean, that's literally the first thing I thought of because I think it was yesterday I was looking at Steam and I know there's like a demo thing going on where you can try different games.
Uh,
And like a lot of the ones I saw were like Yakuza. So I'm like, I wonder if it's that. And it is.
it's
Mm.
I
really
wanna I'll download it now, especially now that you're like, yes, I love it. Okay, okay.
yeah, it's really good. And I think like uh I know you guys like anime too. Like if you like anime, you'll like Yakuza. It's
Mm-hmm.
very like it's very Japanese. I can't explain it. It's very like the
Well,
story
hoping it's Japanese. It's about like a
yeah,
Japanese
it's
gang.
really like I yeah, it's basically like the closest thing I can describe it would be like a soap opera, but like set in Japan. And it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but there's no
Mhm.
cars, but you're just like punching people. It's
Okay,
really,
sounds
really
Yeah.
good.
amazing. I
So
already like it.
I highly recommend it.
Oh, okay,
Hmm.
that's good. Okay, I like that. I like that.
I actually need
Is
to play that too. It's like I know all the fans are like, oh, this is a really good game, and people are still playing it in Twitch, and like you see all the gameplays of that. So
is it like first
definitely.
person, like from your perspective, like you'll see the like the little hands in front of you like that?
No, it's third person.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Just curious.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
think there is a first person mode too, right? Isn't there? Like depending on the
Oh yeah,
camera
yeah.
perspectives you
I
want,
think in
right?
the later Yakuza games,
Oh, the later ones.
you can switch to first person, but there's
Right.
still like you don't. I mean, I think yeah, there are guns, but it's like it's mostly you just beat people with your fists. And there's like a
Yes.
really in every single game, there's like a really really compelling story, and I
Mm.
can't say that the stories are good, but they're really fun. So
Okay.
so
Nice.
yeah.
All right. As long as like I get my I don't know, my kills in, that's fine. I love like that sense of accomplishment, those little wins. I like my current favorite is like Left 4 Dead. I really love Left 4 Dead, and I'm wondering if it's like
Yeah.
the first person perspective and like being able to like have that like kill accomplishment when I take out the zombies that are trying to attack me. Um, but yeah, that's my favorite one. I think I told you that yesterday. Yes, I don't remember.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I had a Left 4 Dead 2 phase, but that was
Oh
like
yeah,
that was
okay.
a while ago.
Hmm.
Mhm. I'm just learning more and more games, so now I'm gonna try
Oh,
Yakuza
it's a
next.
lot more.
I know,
A
I
lot
know
more.
Miriam will like mention one, and I'm like, I don't know that one, but okay. Add to wish list.
Hmm.
Yeah. I have to be careful because I keep adding more and more games, and I'm like, all right, it's starting to rack up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since like we're in like kind of low key lockdown, so
Mhm.
like we have kind of have a lot of time in our hands right now. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
uh-huh.
I gotta balance it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there anything
Yeah.
else that you were like thinking of doing? I know 3D is taking some time off your hands, but is there anything else that you've been interesting or thinking about playing around with during all this? Or maybe you
Yeah,
have already done? Yeah.
I'm trying to learn how to cook better. Um,
Mm.
yeah, because previously, like the only dishes I knew how to make were Chinese food, and so I'm trying out like all of these new dishes. Uh, but besides that, I don't like. I feel like I need to do something that's just not art related,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what to take up yet. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
I have that same issue
Yeah.
sometimes like for me it was like this is so random, but I want to become someone who like doesn't have to ask other people for help and and
Mm-hmm.
yes, like it's okay to ask for help when you need it, but
yeah,
like for example, so recently I had an issue with whenever we would flush our like toilet in my home, we would hear like a running sound.
yeah.
And yeah, I know it's just a random thing to
Your
bring up, but
plumbing
like
story, I
my
love it.
plumbing story,
Same thing.
I know. So like we would
Oh,
hear like a lot of water, and I'd be like, "What is that?" So then I was worried because obviously we're in a pandemic, and like I didn't want some stranger like coming into my house and breathing, uh, like
Breathing.
and
I
just
mean,
breathing their
just want them to
air.
suffocate. Wait, what? Okay,
So
yes.
like
We know what you're talking about.
you know what I'm saying. Um
yeah,
Yeah.
and then like and obviously like they would probably want to eventually take their mask off and I wouldn't like that because I've heard other friends say they've had, people come in to and do whatever service and they take their mask off, so I don't like that. Um so anyways, and also it's just gonna cost like hundreds of dollars because plumbers usually cost that much for like any small thing. Um so what I did was I was like, I feel like there's probably a Facebook group for this, and there is. It's literally called Ask a Plumber,
yeah.
and and I remember I sent like a little video of like the water, like the little tank, and I'm like, what is this? And they told me it was you have to replace the fill valve, and then I bought the fill valve, and the instructions were so clear, and I literally fixed my own toilet, and that was all in the span of like 3 days,
Yay.
Yeah,
and like
congrats.
Right?
right, it's
I
like
think
I
this,
can't do that.
something random and I'm just like this all happened. I just like wanted to, do it myself. So like
yeah,
it's amazing how many things I feel like beforehand I would have been like, "Oh, fine, I'll just shell out how much it costs, blah blah blah." But now I'm like,
yeah,
"No, I need to see if I can fix this by myself and not have to, do all that stuff."
yeah. Well,
Hmm.
no, that totally makes sense. I don't know if I would have been as strong as you. Um, but yeah, like life skills are important. I feel like
Hmm.
I need to take up something that's just not art related at all.
Mhm.
So plumbing.
Go,
Like,
let's do it.
Just become a
Plumbing
yeah,
pro
service this year.
plumber. It's okay.
Yeah.
yeah, like
We're
just
gonna
I
be
don't know,
artists
maybe
slash plumbers at the end of
because
the
you're
stream.
so like I feel like I just need to get something that's so, out of my element,
Yeah.
but that's going to be the thing that refills my my gauge for art making, you know?
Mhm.
So I was thinking of like taking up darts, but then I was thinking about it. I was just like, darts is kind of like it's kind of an art. You need to be able to like hit a bullseye, or I don't know, like that's kind of like an art in itself. So I'm just like, is darts like an art, or is it like a skill, or is it like a cool party trick or
I
something?
Mm.
I feel like that's
Um,
like a fun like a game, like a physical game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I was, but you see,
See.
then I was kind of like, is our games art? But and yes, they are. But I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, well, I want
Yeah.
to learn so
It's
many
really
like
interesting.
cool games, or just like I want to learn so many things, but they're all like kind of art related, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if I can do that.
I mean,
Or
Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't know.
yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like as long as it's a different medium than what you regularly do, then it's okay. No? I feel like that's why I count it. Like I'm not a
yeah,
painter, but when I
mm,
paint, I'm like that's it's something separate from what I usually do, you know? But
yeah,
painting is definitely an art. It's definitely artsy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, it's so interesting you bring that up because like I heard like there's like topics of philosophy and no like, and it kind of hurts my brain a little bit to be honest with you, but people are
uh,
talking about like, oh, what's art? Like technically everything's like art because like we're creating something, or even like plumbing is a piece of art, like a form of
yeah,
art because
yeah. That's true.
right,
If you
like in a
think about
way,
it, anything is
low
art.
key, yeah. I was just like, oh man, that's kind of true, but it hurts my brain, so
Yeah,
like I don't
it's
want to
like
think too much about it.
right. No, exactly. Because it's just like
Mhm.
if you like even with sports,
Mhm.
if you have like even with sports to be like the best at something, or I don't know, to even just do it really well, I feel like the it like takes I don't know if I'm saying this right, but it's kind of like you use the same part of your brain as you do when you're making art because
Mhm.
it's both physical and it's also like you just have to practice and
Yeah.
there's like a level of artistry that's needed to be able to even with sports to be able to do something like so precise and
Yeah.
so accurately and so well.
Mhm.
Um so
Totally agree with
yeah,
that. Yeah, because I hate this also like this thing. People have these notions like even with arts and like when they think of arts like the artists, right? Like
Mhm.
the prime example of that, they just
yeah,
think that we have automatically have these gifts and talents. It's like no, we have to actually craft it and like put practice in it, like similar to playing sports and everything you do in life. Like you gotta
yeah,
practice and
Yeah.
keep practicing, you know? It's not
yeah,
like we just had it like a genie in the bottle, not bottle, genie in a lamp or something. Like we got to keep working at it and crafting it to
Mhm.
however you want that craft or art to be like, right? So,
yeah,
um, yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
that goes with
yeah,
like every discipline. You have to think about the equipment we use, the class we have to continually take, networking stuff that sometimes isn't free, even though we wish it could be. So like, yeah.
yeah. And there's also like there's a difference between someone who like something I really like to think about is like with things like art and stuff like that, there's a difference between like some artists are really really good business people and they're really really great at networking, and that's how they get these like amazing opportunities, but their
Mm-hmm.
level of their skill isn't that great.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then other artists like they suck at networking and they suck at business, but the level of their craft is really really high.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people they don't know that difference yet. They
Mm-hmm.
think that like just because your art, you draw really well, it means that you're gonna get business or that
Yeah.
you have like the connections to go everywhere. I think
Mm-hmm.
that the two are they're separate skills that need to be kind of cultivated.
Yeah, I totally
Right.
agree with that. That's why I know even with different artists and actors too, like they have their own managers to take care of that whole
Yeah, and
business.
agents and yeah.
Yeah, agents, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
it's not easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Exactly. Took the words out of my mouth. It's not
Mhm.
easy. Yeah, that's why I get what you were saying before, Z, about how like you felt like it could be a little bit of a burnout when you're doing so many separate things at once. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've had that conversation with different artists before, how about how like you need like your survival job and then you need to do the thing you like if it's not paying you as much in order to continue doing what you want to do. And then
Mm-hmm.
all the other extra stuff in between too. Like even like what you mentioned before about other people saying how you want to like do make your art and like record it and put it on like Twitch or TikTok or YouTube.
Yeah.
That takes time to like edit it, to record it, to make sure like you fix, or even all of this we had to meet up yesterday and kind of go over, okay, this is how you set up OBS and do all that fun stuff. All of it
Yeah.
like takes, yeah, time and all that jazz to do what we want to
Mhm.
do.
Yeah. Yeah. And it kind of like something that really has been bothering me as of late is that, like, sites like Instagram or Twitter, I feel like they treat their they treat the artists who use them like really terribly, because
Mm-hmm.
it's like, in order to be able to maintain like a solid presence, you have to use it a lot, but you also have to like use their algorithms.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of just like tips and tricks how to get around the algorithms and to use it to your advantage. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like
It's
with
ridiculous.
Instagram, yeah,
I
with Instagram's new algorithms, it's like it's becoming a full-time job for these
It's
artists.
insane.
Like,
Because like it's crazy. Like, the things you have to do to work with that algorithm just to get like normal viewership
yeah,
with it. It's insane. Like you have to save it, you have to like it, you have people to comment on it. Like it's just
yeah,
like it's
engagement and
insane.
yeah,
Yeah. Like
like
what?
I wish they were more like honestly TikTok's algorithm, as much as people love or hate it, is like super super good. And
Mhm.
like I just wish, like, I get it. It's all about prioritizing getting people to spend money, because that's what ultimately their goal is. They're trying to make money. So like as much as we can try
Yeah.
to like continue to
mm,
post, or because I know now like the engagement thing on like Instagram is likes are the least thing that matters for engagement, and like the number one thing is saves, then the send one,
oh,
the little
really?
arrow,
Okay,
and then
yeah,
commenting, and then the last one is likes. Yeah. And
Mhm.
wow, wow.
it's constantly changing. Like that just
Yeah.
happened. Yeah. Like
Hmm.
they're always changing what the algorithm wants. And ultimately they
Yeah.
want people to spend money to like
Hmm.
promote their posts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, it's also, I feel like art making as a whole, it's been affected by these social media algorithms. Oh wait, by the way, wait, I'll be right back in like 2 seconds because I'm gonna turn on the light because
Okay,
Oh
okay.
sure.
I
Yeah,
like
kind of noticed it's a little like fading dark, like
I have my, yeah, you
slightly.
see, I have like the windows covering my face, but I realized that I'm like really, really dark.
It's all
Oh,
cool.
okay. I didn't even okay. I'm so bad at noticing. Good thing you noticed, Miriam.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
that's
think, yeah.
slowly becoming darker as you're talking.
Yeah, I think our
Yeah.
first stream
Yeah.
we had an issue with that too. I think it was
Yeah.
yours. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Now
was.
now it's a lot lighter. So,
Hmm.
but I'm gonna have to. Oh my gosh, I got my sister a ring light because she does a lot of
Ooh,
this kind of
nice.
stuff. But
Yeah.
I got her a ring light for Christmas. Now I'm just like, I think I need a ring light if I'm gonna shoot the stream.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's
but
something to
yeah,
like keep in note, like lighting's super important when it comes to all the streaming stuff. So,
yeah,
Yeah, and technical
mhm.
stuff will always happen, so gotta
yeah.
learn.
Yeah.
So back to what I was saying. I
Yeah.
think the Instagram. What was I saying?
Like the algorithm and how they're treating their artists, I believe.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was saying how it was like a full-time job. Oh yeah, okay. I was saying how social media, I feel like with social media, like the the algorithms and how, the big name social media sites work nowadays, it's impacting the way that art looks. Because I've noticed
Hmm.
artists, it's really about how how people react to your work on social media nowadays.
Mhm.
It's like, you know, a like a lot of times, and I know like every single artist who, is either viewing the stream, or every single person knows how this feels like when you spend, days or like weeks on a single piece and you post it and nobody likes it, but
Hmm.
then like you spend 5 minutes on a simple comic, but it's something that's very,
Oh yeah.
silly and like reactionary, and that's the thing that blows up and becomes viral.
Hmm.
Like I've had that happen to me so many times. And I like, it drives me up the wall because I'm just like, I know this is the algorithm's fault. It's like
Yeah.
it prizes artwork that can evoke just like a big reaction from people. And so when people
Hmm.
hit that like button, that's kind of like what shoots to the top.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh god, I could totally relate with that because I was also talking to my other artist friends, like because it's like in terms of even the artist as an individual, like it goes to that creativity, the original, like what original art you want to make, right? And I have a lot of friends, and I'm actually guilty of this, where like that's why we create all these fan arts because
yeah,
this is the content where people can relate with, and this will get more engagement with them. But then
yeah,
at the same time, like I was talking with them too, like even for me, like it was a compromise our own original creativity, like what we want to
yeah.
create ourselves, what we want to express. And a lot of times, like, yeah, we all share it. Like, hey, like when we create our own content, no one cares about it. Like,
Yeah.
no one really likes it. Like, they can't relate with it. That's why too. So, it's it's actually like it's tough. I feel like in terms of being an artist, but for us to get the engagement with the viewers, that's how also we put ourselves out there for people to like know, oh, we're an artist that needs to get a job, or like we have to put ourselves out there in that weird way. So it's like it's a
Yeah.
constant battle, you know.
Yeah, it is. It's like a constant uphill battle. And, I love fan art and I have no problems with fan art at all because I do a lot.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's like I think Kyle Culver mentioned something like that's really true. It's like people react and engage to the relatable stuff. So they, it's like stuff that's really popular in the media they react to.
Mhm.
I remember I like back when I was younger, I would do fan art for things that I wasn't even like that I didn't even watch or read, just because I wanted to get new followers,
Uh, nice.
and just like attention. And I like nowadays I'm just like, okay, I have to like I actually have to like the thing before I do art of it.
Hmm.
So I don't want to compromise that. But yeah, like I remember I did so much like Homestuck fan art because, but I never read
Oh.
Homestuck because, but that was what was popular at the time.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, I had no idea what Homestuck was, but I saw it trending everywhere in the internet. But I wasn't really into the series, to be honest with you. I was like, oh, okay, this
What's
is
weird
pretty
is like
interesting.
I've heard of that title, but I have no idea what that is. Why is that? What? What is that?
well,
Probably saw it around.
What was
wait,
it?
Homestuck?
Homestuck,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
no, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, 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 okay. We
You
don't, we
guys are
don't,
like
no,
a rabbit hole of
I
stuff.
think it
Like,
was a webcomic that was very popular.
no. Okay, okay.
yeah.
We
Mhm.
can.
And
I'll Google it later.
It's really, yeah, it's
yeah,
very
but
very
I used
interesting.
to do fan art of it because I was like, and because I used to table at anime conventions.
Uh huh.
So, but I didn't. The thing is that Homestuck had a policy that you couldn't sell Homestuck fan art, and so yeah, Monday
Oh.
Cirrus said Homestuck bad. I agree. But I remember they had like a policy where you couldn't sell fan art, which I totally understood. So, but I
Hmm.
did fan art for it so that I would give it away for free if someone bought like my other art
Hmm.
at
Oh.
conventions. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that was
Oh,
that time.
yeah.
I don't want to go back.
Okay, no
So
worries. Didn't mean to go back
Hmm.
into the
No, that
rabbit
gets
hole.
pretty complicating, all the like copyrights of that as an artist.
yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that too to me once, Miriam, about your,
Hmm.
because you do fan art, which I love. She did what's my last one that you did? Obviously Sailor Moon, of course, I loved. But you did
yeah, I love your fan art, and
Oh,
you
thank
have
you.
like such a great taste in like media and like anime and all that. Like when I saw like you post a lot of like Yu Yu Hakusho stuff.
yes,
Oh God, I
that's the
love
one I
Yu
wanted to bring up. The
Hakusho.
one where
Yeah,
Oh, that's
this.
my
Yes,
favorite.
yes, yes,
My
yes.
favorite all time. Yeah.
I think Yu Yu Hakusho was like the first. It was the first anime I had watched, or it was one of the first. But I
Mhm.
had the biggest crush on Kurama.
Oh my God,
And
yes.
long
No, same
because,
here.
yeah,
Yes. Fangirl here.
Wait,
Yes, yes.
oh my God.
wow, like handsome,
Yeah.
all of that. But I've been meaning to rewatch it. I just haven't had the time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wait, Melissa, we're gonna say something.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh my God, I'm like having a blank moment, but Kurama's the one with the red hair, like long.
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes,
agree.
Yes.
yeah,
I agree. There's something
I was
about his
like,
eyes.
ah,
They're like kind, but like stern, and they'll protect you.
yes. Oh, and he's really smart. I was like, oh my God, he's like, that's the term husbando waifu. So he's like the husbando material. Like,
His
he,
Bondo.
oh, husbando.
he has the rose thing going on
Hmm.
and the fox thing going on. So
It's like
Yeah.
everything you
it's
want. It's
it's
like
the complete package. So
Yes.
perfection.
in one guy. So
It's like,
Hmm.
yeah.
yes, name you the perfect man, him.
Hmm. It's always the anime guys, not the real life guys, you know? That's kidding. I was just
Yeah.
kidding.
Ron Chan says, "Oh, hi, Ron." Yeah, Ron Chan says, "I'm so glad we've reached the anime crushes part of the day." I knew
I
Yay!
think I am too. Yes,
Yes.
I
love your
wanted
anime.
to. I definitely wanted to bring up Yu Yu Hakusho because I saw
Mhm.
that Miriam posted it a lot,
Mhm.
and so I was just like, "Yeah, I remember. I
Yes.
remember that time."
Yeah, because I grew up with a lot of like the 90s anime.
Mhm.
Back in the broadcasting days, like Toonami, I grew up
Yeah,
with all those
I
like
miss
classic
Tsunami.
animes. But then
Yeah.
now it's like right now it's like complete new animes, and it's just like it's completely different. I mean, the animation's like really great now, right now, but then in terms of story and characters, it's like wow, complete. It's like a different generation right now. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's very like I've gotten back. We were just talking about this yesterday, but I've gotten back into a bit of anime ever since I played Yakuza, actually. But
Nice.
I think like the first anime I watched well, in 2020, and the first anime I had watched in a very long time, but that was Death Note.
Okay,
And
Death
I
Note.
love Death Note. I was like, oh, I
Mhm.
totally get why people are like crazy about about L and just like light and all of that.
Mhm.
And then I started watching a bunch of other stuff. Like I haven't finished The Great Pretender yet, but that one I really like.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's
yeah.
so good. Yeah.
Laurent is like my husband. He's so cool. And I've been meaning to finish
Mhm.
Evangelion, however you pronounce it. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to
Me
pronounce it. I
neither.
call it Evangelion or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Evangelions. Yeah. Mhm.
Mhm.
yeah, the robot,
The
robot.
robot.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
a really good one. That's a
Mhm.
classic for sure. Uh-huh.
I started watching
Oh, JoJo.
JoJo and also Dorohedoro, the lizard
Oh,
anime. Yeah,
Doro or something. I can't
yeah,
pronounce it. Yeah.
it's that. But I only watched the first episodes of each,
Hmm.
and I like it right now. I just gotta find time to finish it.
Yeah, there's a lot of animes, and they're like really
Yeah.
good animes. Just too much content these days, you know?
I feel like
Yeah.
also I've watched a lot of anime. I cannot remember some of their titles. It's very bad because I've watched a lot,
Yeah.
and I just like the only way I remembered watching them is I would go on like Crunchyroll
Hmm.
and I would just like
Mm.
save it, and then that's how I'd learn.
You know, there's actually other animes that's been trending a lot. So they have a lot of animes based on like light novels, like Japanese light novels,
Mhm.
and legit it'll be like long titles. Like there's just one called "Oh, I was reincarnated as a slime," and then it's like the
What a
legit what
title!
the title, yeah,
Yeah.
and what the title is supposed to explain what the story plot is supposed to be about. So it's like
Yeah,
whole sentence, and it gets crazier like with when you go into that rabbit hole of like anime. So oh my gosh, it's
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God. Speaking of anime,
Mhm.
I actually so last year I watched Perfect Blue for the first time.
Oh,
And I
oof.
watched Millennium Actress for the first time. And those
Mhm.
were really good too. Uh yeah, I think Perfect Blue might be one of my favorite animes now, like anime movies.
That's a really great one. Melissa, if you don't know, it's we watched when you watched what's that called? Tokyo Godfathers, the same director,
Yeah.
Satoshi Kon. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
he
okay.
directed those movies. Yeah,
I
he's a
was
really great
Tokyo
director.
Godfather was so great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was one
that
of
was
my favorite movies. Yeah, that we watched
Mhm.
that
no,
night.
okay. Because if you liked Tokyo Godfathers, you will like everything else he directed. I'm so sad that he died so early. Um, because I feel like he had so much more to give to the world. But like all of the movies he gave were so amazing.
Mhm.
But yeah, like Paprika and yeah,
Oh,
Perfect Blue, I
Paprika
think
was
was
good.
definitely his best.
I
Okay.
agree. That was like, it's really great.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good
hmm
to know. I'll have to Google it later. But oh, okay.
Yeah. I appreciate like compared to like a lot of like and sometimes like this is why I feel like anime gets crapped on a lot from a lot of people. Like it's not like oh known as like great entertainment because I don't know. I think the way he made his film, it's like anime for sure, but then at the same time it's like it's not. There's like when you watch anime, you see a little like the term of tropes, like you see little
Yeah.
things that are very like anime or like it's
Like
like cartoony,
exaggerated? Yeah, I know what you're
exaggerated,
saying.
yeah.
Mhm.
But then
Yeah.
his stuff is very like realistic.
Yeah.
It's you're like
It,
legit, you're watching something from reality in a way.
Yeah, that's how
yeah.
it
Yeah.
felt like with Tokyo Godfathers. It felt very like real. But like it also had like its good and funny moments, wholesome things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked
Yeah, for
it.
sure. Like his films are definitely they're yeah, I don't know what to describe them either. They're just like definitely more, realistic
Mhm.
and less reliant on like popular tropes.
Yeah.
Like he was a true filmmaker. I don't
Hmm.
know.
That's great.
Um,
Ugh.
yeah,
And the
I love.
direction of his films are very like it's artistic. He has like a very interesting perspective on like each frame
yeah.
of the movie too.
His
Hmm.
brain is so big.
Yeah.
Like
Big
after
brain.
I saw, oh my
Yeah.
god,
It is big
like
brain. Yeah.
Paprika was great, and especially how like I know that Christopher Nolan got some shots from Paprika to use in Inception, and
Oh
also
yeah.
like
Hmm.
who was the other guy? It was the guy who directed Requiem for a Dream. He actually bought the rights to Paprika so that he can essentially
Oh.
like steal some of the shots.
Wow.
um
Oh wow. I didn't know that. Wow.
oh my god, what was I'm blanking on his name right now, but yeah.
Oh.
But like I know that like when I watched Perfect Blue, I just thought like it's so smart but it's also so simple.
Hmm.
And oh, Darren Aronofsky, yes, okay, Darren
Hmm.
Aronofsky, yes, with Black Swan. Thank you, Ron. Was very also very inspired by Perfect Blue. But I remember when I watched that movie, it was just so like it was so simple, but there's like so many different ways that you could read into it and
Mhm.
that you could read into what was going on. And like there's like three narratives going on at the same time, and the ending just like blew me away. uh and yeah, like sorry, Melissa, I know you haven't watched it yet, but it's yeah, you have to.
No, it's okay.
It's
Hmm.
I like when people like recommend what they like, because then I'm like, okay, okay. Especially when they sound passionate, like you clearly do right now. I'm like, okay, this is something I definitely have to look at. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh, that's so
it's
cool. I love. I also love like that you gave us that feedback that he actually bought the rights to that movie just so he could use like that. Oh my God, I forgot the word. So he could use part of that scene you said, right?
like yes, he could basically recreate, because I know it was like with Darren Aronofsky, he had the rights to Perfect Blue and he recreated I think one of the scenes in
Mhm.
Black Swan with like one of the scenes in Perfect Blue. It was probably like the scene with the mirror or
Hmm.
something. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, most likely.
Okay.
Mm.
Perfect
Oh
blue.
man. Oh gosh. He's so like Satoshi's so good, dude. Like I know his brain is like the complexity of all the characters and like just like there's a lot of I feel like reality bending kind of thing. And then that's what his
Yeah.
session is about. Like, I feel that he probably took the concept of that. And I think he kind of not started, but kind of pioneered it, I guess, in a way, like kind of show it in I feel like entertainment community and stuff, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So good. Oh
Yeah.
my
There's
gosh.
like I think with Perfect Blue, there's like the right after the movie, like right after someone sees the movie for the first time, I think there's the explanation of the movie that you automatically jump to. But then if you think about it more, you're just like, wait, no, that's not what really happened. What really
Yeah.
happened is this. And then like you look into it more and you're just like, oh my God, no, like so many things are happening. And
Mm-hmm.
this is what it really means. But yeah,
Okay, so now it's
Yeah.
one of the.
Oh,
Okay, so when I watch it, I know
so
to
good.
prepare myself. So I'm gonna start thinking about
yeah.
it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, by the way, like random, just to, cause now I'm trying to gauge, cause I used to watch way too much anime, and now I watch it every once in a while. But like, do you like horror or like scary stuff?
I'm about that. Yeah.
So
That's
Miriam's
good.
watched it. Have you heard of The Promised Neverland?
Mm.
I've heard of it, but
Oh,
I
so good.
haven't seen it.
It's so good. It like tricks you, right? Because it looks really cute and like wholesome. It's about this cute little orphanage and like how every day they wake up and they love each other and they cook. They take a little test and they go to sleep and play. And then
Oh.
until one day one of them goes to where they shouldn't be, and they find out a horrible secret.
Hmm.
Ooh. Okay,
Yeah.
I could search it up. It looks good.
Yeah, I
I
love
Hmm.
when I'm
no,
tricked.
I
I love when I'm
definitely heard of
tricked.
this.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It kind of
no,
reminds me a little bit like Death Note, like very suspenseful, and it's a lot of like strategy based type of
Mhm.
like plot line. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of twists
Hmm.
yeah,
and turns. You're like, whoa. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is it on Netflix? Because if it
Yes,
is,
it is. Yeah, the first season. They only have one season right now. It's on Netflix,
Oh,
and
the
like
second season came out recently,
it
like, but it's
did.
still going. It's there, yeah.
Where? Where?
Still, oh, you have
Okay.
to like
Yeah.
Crunchy. I think Crunchyroll should have it or
Okay,
other
okay.
streaming sites. Yeah.
I've read
Hmm.
like the manga, but I love watching the anime just to like I mean especially
Yeah.
when I really like a story, which I
Hmm.
definitely did. Um,
The animation's beautiful. Like, the way they animate it is really great too. Uh,
mhm.
Yeah.
hmm
Oh, I
Yeah.
loved it.
That reminds me of, have you guys played Doki Doki Literature Club?
Oh, I haven't played it. I know about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
Okay,
it?
Melissa,
What's it?
have you played
Melissa,
What?
you
No,
gotta
no,
catch
no.
up on her with
Okay. What is
that.
it like? Can you spoil it or
Um,
like no? I should
that
wait. I should wait.
well, you should just play it without searching it
Just
up.
play
Okay, okay,
it.
okay,
Just
okay.
play it. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't
Miriam's
say
laughing at
anything.
me. I'm scared, but okay.
No, just play it.
No,
Okay, okay.
there's nothing scary about it. You just gotta
Yeah.
play. It just reminds me a lot of the Promised Neverland. Like you just gotta play it.
Okay, okay.
It's
Yeah.
actually it's free on Steam, so
Hmm.
Yes,
yeah,
we
you
love
can
free
just download
99.
it.
Okay.
Just it's like,
Yeah,
you
but
can't expect anything from it.
do not search up, because the way my cousin got me to play that game
Yeah.
was, it's a pretty short game too. You just
Hmm.
yeah, just download it for free on Steam. It's a visual novel, so but it's like anime styled, and but like the way my cousin got me to play that game was, he told me, he was like, do not search up anything about this game on Google or YouTube or anything. Just download it and just play it. So I did, and I'm so glad that I was not spoiled um, for that
Okay.
game.
Okay.
Yeah, you just gotta play it.
All right, I will. I
Yeah.
promise.
It's
I'll follow up. I'll
experience,
be like, I
literally.
did it. Okay, okay, okay. I'm
Oh, it's
excited.
not
Yeah.
scary, Mary. it's,
It's not scary. It's just
I
it's
mean, I like
very
scary anyways,
different.
but like now I'm excited because both of your reactions are like, do it, do it. And I'm like, okay, okay.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Also, I think, okay, what was the last thing you recommended to me, Miriam? Oh, duh, Demon Slayer. That was the
Oh,
last
Demon
anime I've
Slayer.
watched. Demon
Hmm.
Slayer is so good. I
Yeah.
kept resisting it. Miriam would bring it up, and I would say, okay, okay, okay.
It's like, yeah, definitely this anime is like so in right now. I didn't expect it to like blow up like that. Like, because the animation I think is really great. And I think it's like an independent studio that animated it too. Yeah, and when I went to like anime conventions,
Mhm.
especially I went to Anime NYC, I cosplay as one of the characters.
Mm.
But this is when Demon Slayer just it's just like started, not started, but like around that time. And like, dude, like the whole like one of the floors was flooded with all these characters, like Demon Slayer characters, like people are cosplaying them, all flooded. They just flooded the whole floor. And I was just cosplaying as one of the characters. Like, there's so many girls cosplaying that same character. Like, it was crazy. We had like a photo shoot, and it was like it wasn't a mile, but I'm like over exaggerating, but it felt like almost like a mile of people like cosplaying
That
for
is
that
Yeah.
so cool.
anime. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know that anime is really in right now, because I see
Yeah.
people tweeting about it when I
Mhm.
go on Twitter. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I know,
yeah.
like Japan, they had a recent like movie for it too. That yeah, sold out like crazy apparently over there too. Like one of the top grossing films,
Yeah.
for the time right now. So
Yeah,
it's
especially now during
crazy.
COVID, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait till it comes here. Yay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I saw Promare last year as
Oh,
well,
Premiere. That's a
and
good
that was
one.
good. But it wasn't like, it gave me a giant headache, and I wanted to like it more, but
Okay.
it was very simple, and it gave me a giant headache. And
Mhm.
afterwards I was just like, there's so much. Like, visually it's beautiful, but it's
Yeah.
also just like, oh,
Yeah.
I need to sleep this off. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of because I forgot studio. I'm so bad with names. But like they're known for the studio. The animation they're known for like a lot of colors, pops out.
Yeah,
So it's
Studio
very like
Trigger,
colorful. Oh,
right?
Trigger, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of geometrical shapes. It's really interesting the way they do the designs of a lot of things. But
Mhm.
yeah, they like to do a lot of like explosive type of stuff. So yeah,
Hmm.
definitely. Yeah, that makes sense. Like why you get a headache from that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, but I wanted to ask, because you said, because I remember you mentioned you. I mean, you kind of touched up a little bit about it, but I know you did a lot of like illustrations based on movies before, but I know you mentioned you kind of want to transition more to gaming. Is there a specific reason why that interested you, or?
Right. Well,
Mhm.
I do a lot of illustrations for movies right now. I mean, my general goal is like entertainment. So to me, it
Okay.
doesn't really matter which. But I have just because I've been gaming a lot more. That's kind of just been more of my interest right now. But
Mhm.
I'm
Mm.
currently, I mean, I'm currently am doing stuff for games. I'm working on backgrounds for a visual novel. It's called Love Shore right now. But other than that, I have worked like in studio for like game and animation companies and stuff.
Mhm.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, if my work further takes me down that path, I'd totally be down to do more of it. It's
Mm.
just right now, I do think it's like more suited for film. But I don't know, like wherever it takes me, uh, it does not matter.
I
I just
see.
think like the end goal is that I want to make, you know, just like good stuff.
Oh, I see.
Mhm. And she does make good stuff if you've
Yeah, you
seen any of
do.
her stuff.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool because like one day I just like I forgot what was it. I mean, the last thing I saw was your Flash illustration, and I
Hmm.
was like, she got to make the cover art for like the
Yeah, that
actual
was
thing.
one of
That's
the
really cool.
Oh, really cool.
yeah, well, that was a I got hit up by DC Comics. It was in
Casual.
December.
Yes.
But yeah, they wanted me to do like a variant cover
Mhm.
for the Flash.
Yeah.
I was like,
Cool.
oh
I also
shit,
love the
cool. Like
Flash,
I
so
did
I might be
it.
a little bit more excited about this than
No, the
everyone.
Flash is cool. I like
Yeah.
Flash. He's really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what like made me notice that. I was like, is that the Flash? And I thought you were doing like it was like cuz I think sometimes you do like illustrations for fun, as
Mm.
one should. And and then like I actually read the caption. I'm like, "Wait, this is real and everyone's going to see it."
Yeah,
So
I mean,
cool.
I do it more for now. I just most of the stuff I do now is like for professional or like clients.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh.
yeah, like the times when I can do illustrations for fun. Um,
Mm.
yeah, those are all really nice.
Mm.
But yeah, I recently it was like recently it was DC. I do mostly like posters and like alternative posters for stuff.
Mhm.
Cool.
Recently I did a Joan of Arc one. That was
Mm.
like it's a licensed poster for the it's like the 1920s version of the film.
Okay.
Um, but that one was sold through
Ooh.
it's like Mondo and Black Dragon Press and yeah. But that's kind of like the stuff I do most of the time. So
Cool.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so great. And you have like found time for gaming. I mean, just like today, like right before we were gonna start streaming, like you and I did the same thing where like this morning we were just like playing our games and stuff. But I
yeah.
find that awesome because you're doing that too. But like, oh yeah, what game were you playing? Was it Yakuza?
Yeah, well, I'm always playing Yakuza, but right
Okay.
now I'm playing,
Yeah.
right now I'm playing through Ghost of Tsushima,
Oh,
but
That's
just
really
right.
like
cool.
it's like a solid game.
Hmm.
I got it because people were really hyping it up, and I'd give it maybe like a 7 out of 10,
Okay.
like a 7.5 out of 10. It's a good game. It's not like the best thing I've ever played, but
Mhm.
it's like a good thing to pass the time with,
Hmm.
I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Oh, so many things I have to watch. Okay, I got an
Yeah.
anime recommendation, a movie, and like a game. Okay. Oh wait, no, two games. 'Cause there's the other one I have to look. I'll look at the stream later.
Oh yeah, the Doki Doki literature.
Yes, yes. But yeah, I don't want to Google it. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna, or I
Yeah.
may ask you later to remind me. But
Yeah.
oh man, so many things, so little time.
Oh, sorry. I have another question. So do you have any like as an artist, like do you want to do like more original content and like creative projects you have in mind for yourself?
Um, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's weird because I feel like my mind is like at just like the way my mind works, I like to do things for other people more. But I don't know if
Oh.
that's just like me or maybe it's just that I'm too lazy to think of like original ideas. But yeah, I like because I've always and here's the thing, because you know how like a lot of people when they were younger they made OCs and like you make your OCs or like you do RPs and stuff like that. Like I was never really good at that kind of stuff. But
Oh.
I want to be. So I think I should
Mm-hmm.
make like original stuff. Like I have ideas in my head, but they're more like I don't really make characters a lot, but like when I have an idea for like a story, it's usually about how like the world would look,
Mhm.
or
Mm.
it's about like how the world would work.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I want to make my own stories, but I don't know what to to
Mm,
to really do yet.
I see.
But yeah, but I'm so
Mm.
jealous, and that's the thing, because I'm so jealous of people who can, like, they have so many ideas for stories in their brains, and I'm just like, I don't know, like I don't know how you do it, but
Mm,
yeah, for me, I'm just,
interesting.
and yes, like Ron said in the chat, I have no ideas, head empty.
Mood. I
Head
sometimes
empty.
that's me. I get that. I get
Oh, I
that.
kind of struggle with the opposite where like I have so many story ideas, but like I guess like I'm still learning as an artist too. So like and also I'm kind of lazy to sometimes I don't want to draw every single like time, you know. So I'm just like I just don't end up doing a lot of the projects or stuff I have the ideas in my head. Like but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
also like going back to the thinking about trying different mediums. See, you could like try to see if you can like actually write like a story, like literally with just
Mm,
words, no illustrations, and see if that helps you. You know, I feel like that's how
yeah.
people do it. It's just a lot of like trying different things, reading out loud to
Mm-hmm.
yourself and going, "That sounds interesting. I could actually
Yeah,
draw
like
this."
writing stuff. Like that's
Yeah.
something different. I mean, it's still a piece of art, but like,
But
you know, in
writing
terms of
isn't,
like
yeah,
illustration,
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
not, you know.
That
Yeah.
just goes back to
I,
the whole everything can be art talk.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's really interesting because a while back, I think a really good friend of mine, he told me I should direct. Like he was like, I could see you
Oh.
more as like a director, just like, I don't know, just doing that kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean that's something interesting that I
Mhm.
maybe would like to try one day.
Yeah, that's
Um,
another
For
craft,
sure.
totally. Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, and definitely I noticed with your art, you have a really like strong like aesthetic and like a
Mhm.
specific style. So like I don't know, I'll be if you have something directed, I'll be totally down to check it out. Like I'll be, you
Oh
know,
no, thank you.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
maybe it's because I'm one of those people who does, like, I look at the, what's it called? I don't look at the micro, I look at the macro.
Hmm.
It's like I like to envision what things would look like when it's finished, but like the complete package instead of focusing on like one tiny part of that package. Like,
Mm,
how a lot of people are, they're environment artists or they're character designers and they do that. But I kind of like to see the whole picture,
Right.
if that
yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
So yeah.
Yeah, I feel
yes.
like even with that reminds me of like just Miriam and I doing this stream. I feel like I'll be more macro and then Miriam will be more micro because she'll catch things. She'll be like, "Wait, what about like this? Does this make sense that we should be doing that?" And I'm like, "That's true." And like, and like I feel like that's what you need sometimes. You need to like figure out the yin and the yang of it all, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It reminds me
Yeah.
of your personality traits because you're the end of that personality. It's very macro based person. Like you're very like you like to see the things as a whole.
Hmm.
So it's like that's a perfect personality thing too. So
It
because I'm more
all goes
detailed, like I'm an
back.
S.
It all
Yeah.
goes back to our Myers-Briggs.
I
Yeah.
mean, it works. It fits because technically you guys are like these more macro type of big picture person. It's really hard for me to be in that place because like I don't know, I can't really think that way. It's very like I feel like it's like a very good leadership quality, in my opinion.
Hmm.
To be
But
able
that's
to see everything
exactly,
as a whole.
but you hit the nail on the head because the part of leadership is like listening to everyone else on your team because they
Mm-hmm.
don't think the same as you,
Yeah.
which is
Mm-hmm.
good. Because like again,
Yeah.
like you've
Yeah.
caught stuff before. I don't even know what. Oh, like for example, just creatively, Miriam was discussing about like the layout that we're using right now for our stream. Like
Mm.
she was thinking like what's going to look good aesthetically and also how we can get all of our information down there in a way that's like appealing and so everyone can see our our social media and all that fun jazz. And also just once
Yeah.
again, I love our little caricatures so much and just looking
Yeah.
at them
They're
now they're
really,
so cute.
Oh, thanks.
I'm so
Yeah,
happy.
no, because yeah, that's definitely like if it was me, I would have just like started streaming and I would have I
Oh,
would not have thought of like to do like the whole like really nice layout that you have.
oh, thanks.
Um
Hmm.
But
yeah.
also, I feel like in those type of things, like, it comes with like when you practice, right? Because like I've been streaming, and I was like, I noticed like I actually with the old layouts, I didn't really pay attention to those details either until like I noticed with other streamers, like they would have these certain layouts, and you kind of see the patterns and trends of things too. And in terms of the layouts, like there's a reason why they set up things like that for in terms of like, oh, bringing out information or bringing out the more of the viewer engagement. Like it's like
Yeah.
very strategic. So you know, you just have to. I don't know. For me, it's like also like kind of like you kind of learn as you do it in the process. I think it's also like you gotta start somewhere in life,
Right.
right? Yeah, because if I didn't start it, I wouldn't have known any of this at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
like I learned from you,
yeah.
so everything I
Oh
know,
yeah.
I learned from Miriam. And then
Oh
Miriam learned
yeah.
from your friend. Yeah. And now we
Yeah,
talk
also yeah,
face.
you learn from
There we
people. Yeah, you
go.
just learn from people. Like yeah, even with the whole stuff with the layouts too. Like my friends mentioned and commented on me because they're also streamers too, and then they'll give me some tips about it too. So yeah, it's
Hmm.
good to
Yeah.
have like people around you also. Hmm.
It's like going back to what we were talking about, how like the N in NFT, it's like and like seeing things in macro and compared to micro,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
how you were saying that's like something like what that's like a good leadership quality to have.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Agreed.
Hmm.
yeah, I think like the more that I go through life, this is getting like philosophical, but I think that that is like kind of the person that I want to be, but yeah,
Mm.
no, it's really hard being a leader because
A
you
hundred
Oh
gotta
yeah.
work
percent.
with everybody, but it's also that being a good leader is difficult because it's like you can't be too bossy, but you also have to like have that sense of like authority, you know.
Hmm.
And you also
Yeah.
like have to like you want to be respectful of every like cuz every person's different. Like
Hmm.
I made like a bunch of our friends take the Myers-Briggs test, and like everyone has like a different personality. And you have to know how to work with them because some people like might get offended by something, and someone else might just not care at all. They're like, okay, you know? And I feel
Yeah,
like sometimes there, and I'm sure like all of us have had different like leaders in whatever work, life, or friends, etc. Where they're bad leaders just because they're like
Hmm.
it's my way or the highway, and that's not
Hmm.
leadership
Yeah,
at
that is
all.
now. Nope. Nope.
Like in no sense of
yeah,
the word.
yeah.
So like so yeah, you really have to like that's why I think those tests are actually really good, but yeah, leadership is hard because of that. You have to know how to lead, not just demand. That's the dictatorship.
Hmm. Hmm. No, the dictatorship. Yeah, so true. So
Mhm.
true.
Yeah,
The fact that you know that it's a good sign because a lot of the dictators, I would say
Leaders.
dictators,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, they don't like they're so like unaware of that. It's like it's insane. I'm just like, how did you get into this leadership position? Like
Yeah. I have a
what?
clear remembering of who I'm thinking of, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh,
It's
oh
like
gosh.
because you know, I feel like you like um I feel like you just like have met those people and they think like that's what leadership is, just to be like
Yeah.
do this, and if you don't then you're just a bad like whatever part of the
Hmm.
team, you know?
yeah. There was this. Okay, this is related, but I'm gonna go off on a tangent a bit,
Oh, for sure.
Go
Yeah,
but
off.
go for it. Yeah, we love
it's
those.
Yeah.
related to being a leader. But I read that there was this one like professor somewhere who claims that aliens are real, and he was kind of just like, yeah, there's like aliens are real, and they've been in contact with like our governments and like stuff like that. And I remember this was like a popular news article from during the summer of last year, and I was reading it, and I was just like, if aliens are real, they must think that like our society, well, we're so unawakened. This is especially just like
Yeah,
the
I
people in
so
charge of our
A
governments,
hundred percent. Yep.
100% to that too. I agree.
like
Like
I
Oh god.
really don't think it's just like we just had 4 years of like a baby in charge of the US. And it's just
Yeah.
so, I don't know. I think we're still I don't know how these people get into to places of power.
Yeah.
But
Oh
they,
no.
they, but they do.
Yeah.
So
Oh man. I totally agree with you 100%.
Mhm. Same.
Yeah.
Like
Oh geez.
I think I mean that not only just like aliens would think that, but I think especially the rest of the world thought that.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh
like
yeah.
like when Biden won, like there was like a bunch of people who were just like, yeah, welcome back, America, because like they were just like, I don't know where you were, but you were not here.
Mhm.
Oh my God,
Oh
I
man.
like it's not even like by babies, just like by like I don't even know. Like I think the best description was didn't Anderson, I think it
Oh
was
no.
Anderson Cooper who said this. He was just like he's laughing because I think she might know it, but it's like yeah, like he's like a obese turtle who's flailing on his back. And I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh man.
for the past
Yeah.
4 years,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's whoever's. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't even think Biden's gonna like save this country or
No,
whatever.
he's not. No,
No.
he's really not.
It's just like it's like a
Mhm.
push on a giant boulder. I don't even know what
Yeah.
analogy I'm trying to say, but it's gonna be rough. But we
Yeah.
gotta
But
do
it's
something.
a progression. For I
Yeah.
feel like what we went through, it's a small progression. We're taking those really tiny steps for sure. So
Yeah.
oh my goodness. But I gotta say, I mean, this is kind of going full. Like I don't know. It's like I just because this is my observation in the world. I just think we as human beings, we're just like sometimes we're just really dumb. Because like it's not only here in
Yeah.
America, but if you
I,
just see
I think we are
globally,
really, really stupid.
yeah.
But the thing is, I
Uh,
love being a human being. I love being alive, first of all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
yeah.
love life.
Yes.
But like, I think that as human beings, like as a society,
Mhm.
um, we are we're still like apes, you know,
No, yeah.
we're
Oh
Apes
yeah.
still
together. Yeah.
Apes
we
together.
haven't even stepped out of the evolution of
Hmm.
of like we're still just monkeys, you know? It's
Yes. I
Return to
know.
monkey.
Like we're very like there's so many I feel like we have animalistic tendencies for
Oh, for
ourselves,
sure.
you know?
we're not ready to join a galactic federation at all.
I feel like
Nope.
that's why we never
We're
find
maybe
life.
1,000 years
Yeah.
away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For
So
sure. Yeah, there's a lot of like alien conspiracy stories I hear. Like it's probably the aliens probably know that we're here, but it's
And
just like maybe
they're
they don't want
hiding
to.
themselves because they're like, no,
Yeah,
like we
yeah. I
don't
don't want
want
to deal with
whatever
this
you're
trauma.
doing. Like,
Yeah,
I honestly think, if aliens are real, which I do think they are, but like if they're of a sentient being and their civilization is like advanced enough to travel, I think they probably think we're really just they're just like, no, they're not ready yet. You
yeah.
gotta give them another
yeah,
millennium
yeah,
to help.
exactly.
Kind of reminds me of like those like monkeys in cages or like those animals in cages are just like just looking observing at us like to see what we're doing. Like that's how it kind of feels like, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
Oh
man.
man, who knows what they
Mhm.
think?
I think another thing that kind of I feel like it's not just like our foolishness as human beings, but I think it's just like people's pride. I think we're just so prideful and stubborn. Like it's just oh my gosh,
Yeah, I
we're
feel
just
like if people
jerks.
admitted like their faults more and were like more humble, a lot of
Yeah,
things would, you know,
be a lot.
yeah,
Be nicer. Just
yeah,
be nicer.
yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like the best like motto I've heard is just like don't be a dick. And like
Yeah.
yeah, sorry to
Yes.
like curse, oops, but like it's true. Like if people were
yeah,
just like nicer, the world would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why even we're talking about leaderships. Like that's why we have all these like crappy bosses or like dictators, is because yeah, they're just really selfish at the end of the day. you know,
yeah.
Mhm.
they just want
I
what they
really
want.
think that the things that society, a lot of the times, the things that society values are bad qualities to develop as a leader, and that's
Oh
how
yeah.
you get so many bad people ruling us. So
Hmm.
mm,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ah, man. Yeah, but like I'm hoping, slowly but surely, we can progress. Fingers crossed. We'll see.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm like optimistic, but I try to remain a little bit realistic at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to. That's how like we keep going. I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, we have to keep hoping.
Exactly. Also,
Mhm.
random question. But I haven't looked out the window since 2 hours ago. Is it like snowing where you guys are right now? Like, is it like super snowy?
I
Oh.
think, well, it was really snowing for me a few hours ago, but now
Okay.
it's
Hmm.
supposed to stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Same
Okay.
here.
Okay. Yeah, because for me, I was getting like hardcore snow, and like I just looked at the window randomly. I'm like, what is happening? Hello? Like my car was just like covered in snow, and I'm like, what? When? And then I looked at the weather
Yeah.
app, and it's supposed to snow like every other day.
Oh,
And I'm like,
Oh,
what's
is it?
happening? Yeah.
Jeez, I'm like so out of it right now with
And I'm like, am I in the apocalypse? What's happening?
yeah, no,
Yeah.
this has been the most snowy, I think, because we're all on the East Coast, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, this has been the most snowy that I've seen New Jersey, New York in like
Hmm.
ages.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In a
usually
in
we
like
get
a
a big
good
snow
way.
and then that's it. But like
Yeah,
Hmm.
but
this is
now it's this year has been
But
repeating.
yeah.
isn't it supposed to be normal? Because technically it's supposed to be winter. So I was like, we're supposed to have this, like I guess, right?
I don't
Or
know. I'm used to like, global warming taking over and
it's so used to. Oh my god. Oh geez. Another topic they always talk about with global warming and environmentalism and all. Oh
mhm.
geez.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm.
But like now I have to go clean my car again. Ugh, I don't
Oh yeah.
feel like it.
People thought we were done with the first snow, and then the second snow came, and then
I still
I
haven't
don't
bought a
know. Wow.
de-icer. I didn't learn my lesson, guys. I didn't learn my lesson.
Honestly, I'm about it because I think it's really beautiful outside. So
Hmm.
like
I
I
have
mean,
a
barring all the inconveniences that snow brings us.
Yes, okay. I
Yes.
have a love-hate relationship with snow. I like think it looks beautiful whenever people post pictures. I'm like, "Oh, it's so pretty."
Yeah.
But then when I have to go clean my car, I'm like, "I hate my
Oh
life."
yeah.
So it's
Oh
like
no,
both.
yeah, I love the snow too, but in New York, oh my God, the snow it gets all the slushes and it gets like grimy and gross. So that's why I
Yeah,
don't
that's
like.
true.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
'cause like, New York is just all like slush, like people are always walking and stuff and
Yeah. Ugh.
yee.
And because of the whole COVID right now, I feel more like uncomfortable. Like, oh no, like I don't want to touch this. Like,
Of all the
Exactly.
oh
years, that snow has to hit us the
Of course,
hardest.
it's the one where you should
yeah.
not be touching anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird like I feel comfortable but not comfortable. It's like a weird, feeling here. you know. Yeah.
Yeah, like randomly, this just reminded me like the last snow. Someone on my Instagram had like a picture of snow in their hand, and then like on the next one they're like eating the snow, and then and then like 2 hours later, right? They post another story, and it was like their face, and they put text saying like, "Okay, you guys are coming for me when it's literally snow from the sky," and I'm like, you had like a whole ball of snow in your hand. I don't think that came directly from the sky. That feels like you
Mhm.
grabbed it from something. And like,
Oh.
I was like,
And
Yeah,
then people are
don't
judging.
do that.
I'm like, I would judge you too, sir.
Oh.
But like, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
People do
no,
what they're
don't.
gonna do.
Yeah.
Zee's like, no, this is the BS. I
Yeah,
do not
no,
stand
I'm
for.
I'm judging that
Yeah.
guy.
Because I'm like, there's
Yeah.
no way like the snow piled all the way to your mouth and turned into a form. Like,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, technically, because like how even with rain is formed, it collects from like whatever is around, right?
Exactly.
It's
Like, I'm like,
not
the science behind that too is also wrong.
it's
'Cause
not clean. Yeah, in general, yeah.
God.
Okay, interesting.
Now more than ever, we have to like be worried about the outside world. I would not. It's not a time to be. Oh man, what a time to be alive. Am I right, ladies?
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
kind of random too. I think the Super Bowl's today too, right?
Oh, it
What?
Yeah,
is.
It
Yeah,
yeah,
is?
yeah. It is.
What?
yeah.
Yeah,
What is
Super
I know.
Bowl's
time?
today too. What is time? Yeah.
There was I think someone posted a video on I saw this video the other day where someone was asking people, they were just like, "Hey, the Super Bowl's this Sunday. Do you know who's playing?" And like no one they asked knew who was playing. And
Oh
like people
no.
were just like Tom Brady.
Tom
Mhm.
Brady.
And yeah, I don't know anything about it. I'm
I don't know
really not
anything
a
about
sports
Super
person,
Bowl either.
so
It's
I just
okay.
saw a post that it's the weekend who's performing in it, but like I thought it was for the
Mm,
future, like months. They're like, oh, they just announced he's doing it in a few months, and then I'm like, oh, it's
nope,
today.
it's pretty. Yeah.
yeah, I really don't. Mm,
Ah,
yeah,
right. No, you guys have blown my mind. I'm literally like, where am I?
I'd much rather tune into like Eurovision every year, but like as like a non-European than watch the Super Bowl.
Mm.
Just because
Oh,
I
I
know
need to check
nothing
that
about
out.
football, so
Oh, me
Hmm.
neither. I usually just watch like the halftime performance if I really like them.
Yeah,
Like I,
I don't care about the whole like football match
yeah,
either.
I'm like the
I
football.
just
I'm
watch
like
the
what?
commercials.
Yeah, and
The
like those
commercials
you can
too.
you know people are gonna share the really good ones on social media.
Hmm.
So it's like,
Yeah.
mm, do you have to? Not really. But they still but still, people marketing agencies spend millions of dollars a year on each of
Mhm.
those commercials
Oh
for like
yeah.
15-second spots.
It's insane. Yeah.
All that money. Mm.
Yeah. Wait, Ozzy, do you have any other more comments from chat? Like people are asking questions.
Oh yeah, like if anyone has questions,
Yeah.
feel free.
Wait, let me see. Sway. Oh my gosh. Hi, Sway. I'm wondering. I'm just searching up who's performing at the halftime
Oh yeah.
today. Okay, the
Let's
weekend.
judge.
Yeah, I
No,
know
I
the
really,
weekend's
I
the
love
main
the
one.
weekend.
Is there anyone else
Yeah, no,
besides
I
the
love the
weekend?
weekend. So, uh,
Cause I don't know. Cause again, I thought it was months from now.
Mm,
I think it's him.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool.
He
I
doesn't have
I
anyone
like the
else.
weekend. Um, hold on. I think no. I think it's. It just says it's him. Yeah,
Oh.
it's the weekend.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good for him.
Yeah. The weekend's
Okay.
fun, but it's like that's
Yeah.
it kind of it
Kind
kind
of
of sucks
hoping for
for.
something
I
cooler.
Oh really? I
Yeah.
like the weekend. I just
Okay.
feel like
I
it's
love the weekend. I
what a
think his
year.
new album is his best.
Which one?
Yeah, I his new album is his best.
I Blinding Lights is like such a like a fun song, and I think there's something about the music. It reminds me of like 80s,
Yeah,
like the
I think
da
Mm-hmm.
it's
da
like
da
very
da
it's like
da
very
da.
80s like MJ inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
I've liked his music for a while now, but I think the newest album, I think it came out during when like COVID first hit. And
Oh.
I remember just like taking pandemic walks around around the neighborhood and like the lake
Yeah.
where I live next to.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
I just like listening to it, I was just like, damn, this is like really good music. Thank God he put it out because I think I would have been bored.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I feel
So
like that
yeah.
happened a lot. Like a lot of like shows and movies and music were released like early on, especially because they knew like this is the time people need content right now, and they still
Yeah.
do because we're still should be unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But oh, this is my weird kind of messed up. I'm kind of not glad for the pandemic, but it's a very good time for I feel like art to be like I don't know. I feel sometimes like as a creative and then being an artist, I feel like people downplay a lot. But then now because of like what happened in the pandemic, people are forced to stay in. They can't go out, and they're really crazy bored. And what do? They go back to entertainment and realize how important this whole thing is. And
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like definitely people definitely see more appreciation for all the arts that's going on right now. That has been going on, and uh, I think that's really cool. I noticed with different artists, like they're able to, like a lot of them, they're able to, like, I don't know, for them, they got pretty good followings because of like, because everyone's just staying home and they're just on media all the time. So
Yeah. I think
yeah.
that well, it was really weird because for me, I think I've been producing like some of my best stuff that I've been producing for the past while. Like for some reason, I wasn't as focused before the pandemic. But I know for other people, it's completely different where, they've suddenly become really unfocused because of the pandemic.
Mhm.
And like for me, it comes in waves because usually I get like really sad about what's happening to the world. But then I've noticed just like my stuff has just been looking a bit more focused, like to me personally.
Mm, yeah.
And yeah, it's really weird because I never thought that it would take a pandemic for me to finally find that focus.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think for other people, it's completely different.
Hmm.
I just wish that was more like support for artists during this time. Uh,
That's true. Yeah.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
weird because there's no exact place we can go to, but like at the same time, like I agree with what you're saying because I think like I've had a lot of conversation with different artists and like they it's either um it's either you're up or you're down. It's been like a so-called like
Mm,
the quarantine roller coaster where like that's happened to me. I started like the pandemic kind of like in maximum overdrive. I was taking
yeah,
like a class like every other day, doing something every hour, like really like I was killing it in productivity, but it was also a reaction to the pandemic. And then
Yeah,
since then, like I've had ups and downs where I'm like I can't do anything, everything's horrible, the world is literally
yeah,
crumbling.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
like
it's
other days.
right. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like the hyper productivity, right? And then it's like a crash.
Yep.
That's been happening to me too. Like right now, I feel like I'm riding on a high,
Yeah.
where I've been like drawing every day and just like, pretty active and stuff like that. But then I know the period that will come right after this will be when I suddenly get kind of just like depressed again, and I'm just like,
Mm.
oh, what's the meaning of life? I don't want to
Oh.
be here anymore. Um, but yeah, I think it's totally normal, and I think I mean most, if not all, everybody has been feeling this on some level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm also happy you said you've been going on like walks and stuff. I definitely need to do more of that again. Again, it's those periods of up and down, but like those are important to like take a moment just to like breathe, like I just did right now, and like go outside and remember like everything's okay. Just gonna take a short
Mm-hmm.
walk and then I'll go back in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I can go on walks just because I live in the suburbs,
Mhm.
so I can go on like the walks near the woods and like stuff like that where people aren't walking
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
as often. So I consider myself very lucky. Um, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of like stretching and yoga too,
Oh,
That's
nice.
great. Yeah.
because I need to take care of my back.
100%. As you
Mm-hmm.
say that, I kind of wanted to like stretch because
Yes.
Right?
yeah,
Just little stretches again.
especially since
Yeah.
like we've been gaming in the morning and all that, starting to get
Yeah,
like yeah,
do some
felt.
back stretches and all of that.
Mhm. I specifically got like an ergonomic chair at the beginning of this just to like make sure it would actually support me and all that fun jazz. And I know Miriam has one too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
a gaming chair for myself.
yeah, I see your gaming chair in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have like
Yeah.
this big office chair, but I do have a yoga mat with like a giant. I recently got like a giant soft foam roller. I just like roll my legs and like my back on it.
That's so
Nice.
good. Yes.
Very nice.
Oof.
Foam rollers are
Great.
the best. I have one too. It's my favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Taking care of your body is more important than ever now too.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Okay, I need to take a breather again.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking for a while. Should we wrap it up? Or
Okay,
Yeah,
you guys,
I'm like
yeah,
sounds good with
fine
me.
with
yeah. Wait, is
fine.
there any other comments or questions from your chat, see, before we kind of close this
Um,
thing up?
Oh my gosh, I should just do like shout outs to people because
Oh
I
Good.
yeah.
Yeah,
so the
100%.
whole time I've just been like reading the chat, but I'm also just like trying to pay attention to you guys. I'm just like, should I be responding to questions on the chat, or like should I be interrupting you guys to like do like answer questions or whatever?
Yeah,
But
totally.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, do whatever you want. We're just chatting our way. So
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Well, I mean, to everyone who like tuned in, thank you. It's like I see Ron, I see Kyle, Culver, I see Sway. I saw I am the cheese, which I know who you are. I think yes. I saw Ben. So like Louis, yeah, no, there's like a lot of people from Twitter who
oh.
like stopped by even for a little while. So thank you all. Yeah, I hope to next time I stream, I'm just gonna get like a better light so that I'm not like shrouded in like a curtain of darkness all the time. Um, but yeah, I think the next time I stream, I'd like to do some like art as well. So
For sure.
Yeah. Well, cool. And like also if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. You know, you have us over here.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, thank you guys all for coming. Because Ron says it was good. It was some good chatting for me to listen to while doing some inking. Yeah, I need to
Oh,
listen to more
great.
streamers because I usually listen to YouTube and like YouTubers, but yeah, I need to listen to more streams.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you'll get addicted to watching them kind of going down like a little spiral.
Mm-hmm.
The only person I No, on Twitch, and that's because I follow his YouTube. Right? I know Critical slash Penguin Zero, and I
Yes.
don't know him
Okay.
personally, but like I watch his streams, but that's like the only one I watch so far. But just because I
Hmm.
watch his YouTube videos,
Hmm.
um, but I yeah I need to get on this train. That would
Hmm.
be cool.
Yeah.
So
'Cause that's where like you can see, oh, like I like what this person's doing with their layout or their widget or their bio, etc., etc., etc. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm excited to see your what your Twitch streaming journey is gonna be like. There's a lot of stuff to learn, but once you get the hang of it, I think you're gonna enjoy it, and it's gonna be a good platform for you to showcase your art because
Hmm.
a lot of artists are using that to just do that, you know. So
mm,
yeah,
Yeah.
really cool.
All
Make sure
right.
you follow her, guys. Make sure
yeah, and
to
like
tune in.
follow Melissa and Staryoo. Oh my god, it's so good that you have like the whole you have everyone's Instagrams like right on the template.
Oh
That's
Hmm.
yeah.
so
You
yeah.
designed it perfectly. Yeah, she put our Twitch ones in the parentheses and then our Instagram right next to the Instagram symbol. Amazing.
Hmm.
Miriam, once again,
Yeah.
you outdo yourself all the time.
Oh, thanks, thanks. All
Okay.
part of marketing in that, you know. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I guess we can wrap it up for today. Thank you everyone
Hmm.
for joining us. As always, I'm Melissa Melazona. My Twitch is twitch.tv/Obama Lives, and my Instagram is Melazona, as you can see to the right.
And for me, guys, thanks for watching. My name is Miriam again, and you could call me Staryoo. And yeah, all the information is over there. Like you could even Google Staryoo, twitch.tv/Staryoo, Staryoo.art. I mean, my name is like
Oh.
kind of interchanges because of like, like the name rights and all that. So, but I also have a YouTube channel, and I also have an online shop. So please check me out, please, if you want.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and really quick, thank you for the follow Mondays. I just wanted to say that really quick.
Hmm.
Did you want to share your
Yes,
Instagram and
please.
all that fun stuff, Thee?
Yeah,
LOG.
I mean, yes, social media is ZIQQIX on Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, I mean, if you're here, just like give Melissa, who's like an amazing actor, and give Miriam, who's an amazing artist and like streamer, a follow as well. Um, and yeah, I hope to do this again soon.
Yeah, this was
Yeah,
great.
for
Thank you for
sure.
being our first guest. It was a
Oh
great
yeah.
chat. We literally discussed everything in the world I think we could. And it was
Mm-hmm.
awesome. And it was great to see you again, even if virtually. Maybe one day physically.
Yeah, for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank you. It's an
thank you
honor.
again for the follow, guys. All right, we'll wrap
Oh
it
yeah,
up.
thanks for the follows. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Hey. Yeah.
All right, see you
All
later.
right. Bye guys. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.